Alright, I'm going to show you how to use EnCase 6 and EnCase 7 to image a drive and find some data on it. Okay, first thing I got here is I have a SD card with a file on it. It's just a PowerPoint file. And here's the PowerPoint, just stuff from Italy. It's actually the same PowerPoint I used last year, so it's really nothing special. Okay? So I have the removable drive in my machine. It's drive F. You see it's pretty much empty, but it's got one file on it. So I'm going to bring up, let's do EnCase 7 first. I'm going to create a new case. Okay. I'm going to say new case, and I'm going to call this one test. I'll just do demo. Okay. Now I'm going to store it on my H drive, which is my empty hard drive right now. So I recommend storing it somewhere other than the place it says, because it says put it under your program files. It's better if you don't do that, but it'll work either way. Alright, so I got a new case called demo, allow backup location. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, now I want to add some evidence. Okay, now with that evidence I can click a link here or I can click a link here. Okay, if I click up here I want to add a local device. Okay, now a local device, we got a couple options. Legacy fast block. What fast block is actually a software based write blocker, which is really kind of nice. Okay, and that's all this. We really don't need either one, but I'm going to leave that one selected. So just got one selected right now. I'm going to say next. It's going to find my devices. Then it comes up and shows everything. Shows all my different hard drives. See, I got a couple of 250 gig. I have a terabyte drive. And I also got this 14.2 gig drive down here. Okay, so I'm going to select that one. It's actually my drive F, like I showed you in my computer. It's my drive F, so we know we're on the right device here. So I'm going to select F. Okay, I'm going to put a little check mark in it. I'm going to say finish. Okay. Now it comes up and says, okay, I got drive F. But you'll notice here it's not been processed yet. Well, all we did is we really linked it to EnCase. We haven't acquired yet or anything. So I want to click on this dude, and I want to, where is it? Let me find it. Process evidence. There it is. Process evidence. Okay. To move stuff on. I'm going to give it a minute or 5. I'm going to pause until it comes up. Alright, it never did show up. I'm going to show you a different way to get it. I don't know why it didn't show up with that. There's actually a lot of bugs with this. I'm going to click on the Home tab right here. I'm going to click on Process Evidence. Okay? Then that will load. Okay, it comes on up and it shows me I have drive F. I want to acquire it and process it. What acquire means is going to, well, there it goes. It means it's going to take that device and acquire it. Right now we're just linked to the device. We didn't actually make an image of it yet. So you want to acquire it. Okay? I'll call it F, that's fine. Okay. Then I want to process it afterwards. Now you notice before I click process I can't do anything down here. Once I click process I have the ability to do all kinds of stuff. I can find email. I can actually do some basic searching. Now all throughout this program you'll see if the window doesn't show enough you can always click here to see more. Okay. But I'm going to not select this items at the moment, but you could search for emails, you could search for keywords, all that kind of stuff. If you do search for keywords, you can go in and specify them here, but we're going to be doing that later. The reason is this project we want to do grep searching, so I'm going to do that a little bit later. So I'm not going to search for keywords at this point, but I'm going to leave index or text index on. Okay, so I got that in there. I got it both checked at the top. I'm going to say OK. It's loading it. Give it a minute, and it now should be, okay, it's still going. You can see down here it's still going. Okay, processing evidence F, it's working on it, and finished. Okay, so now if I go to my evidence tab, now I have my evidence. You'll know, oh, I forgot to tell where to store it. Well, okay, I actually stored it on my documents folder instead of where I wanted to put it. But this is the actual evidence file now, f.ex01. I just didn't tell it to put it in the right place, but that's not a big issue there. Okay, now the next part. Alright, so my evidence here, if I click on it, I can go in and see it. All I did here was I went into evidence, clicked on F, I can see my F here. I can see there's some stuff on it. Well, you can see there's that PowerPoint. Here's the PowerPoint I showed you. It's called H1131. So there's the PowerPoint. I can even click on, actually I'm going to uncheck all these here. Actually I should be able to, because I don't give them the option anymore, so I'm going to have to uncheck them all manually. You can see I could check my FAT. I could do everything. But I got my PowerPoint up. Down at the bottom, you can always view different ways. I can view report view, text view. There's all the text that's inside the PowerPoint. You can do hex. Excuse me if you could read hex. You can also see doc. Doc is not Word document. Doc is, excuse me, it's just called doc viewer. I can't remember what it stands for, but it's not Word document. It's where you view anything in. You can see this is a PowerPoint for Italy. Same one I showed you. Okay, you can also see transcript view, picture view. Let's go back to text. Okay, now inside of text, I can do, actually, notice the difference between text and transcript. Text has all the text in it. Transcript only shows me the human readable text, which is a lot easier to see. But under text, if I do compress view, it actually, well, I don't have any search hits right now, but once we do our search hits, you'll see I need compress view to only show me the hits. Okay, so we're going to get there in a minute. But so far we got our evidence in there. Okay, now we're going to start our search. Alright, so I'm still on my evidence tab. If for some reason you had closed it, you just go back here and click on evidence again. No big deal. Okay? Double click your evidence. Now, inside of here, I'm going to select my evidence. Get my drive F. Okay? Now, I can do raw search. Okay? I'm going to say a new raw search. Okay? What I want to search for, you see I have no keywords in here right now. I want to go down here, I want to add one. So I'm going to right hand click in this folder and say new. And I want to search for the number. Okay, what I want to search for is, like, let's see. Hold on a second, someone's at my door. All right, but okay. All right, so now I have my PowerPoint up. Inside this PowerPoint, you'll see all kinds of different things. I'm going to search for, let's search for this, 1449-1492, a date. Okay. Now, inside of EnCase, as I showed you before, if we're in here, I can go new raw search. And I want to add a keyword, so I'm going to right hand click and do new keyword. Now we get this grep option. Grep is really awesome because I showed you on the PowerPoint we want to search for 1449-1492. I could put in 1449-1492, but the better choice would be to put in numbers. And if you look at grep over here, I can actually search for a number. Maybe I want to find all the dates. I could actually say number. Actually, did I get three there? Number, dash, number. Okay, and I'm going to call it numbers with dash. Okay. Now, I have to click grep so it knows I'm doing a grep search. And you notice it changes down the Unicode view. Unicode without grep is actually looking for pound signs. You see 0023 is actually a pound sign. We don't want to look for a pound sign. We want to use this grep expression over here for numbers. So now when I turn on grep, you'll notice now it changed it. It got rid of all that 0023. But it is looking for an actual dash symbol. Okay? So we do that. We save this. And then we say... Okay, so we got our number. Now I could also add more. I could get on here and add another one if I wanted to. I could add all kinds of stuff. I could even, actually, let me open this one up. A few other options in here. You can change the search options. In other words, the encoding. Just leave it on ANSI Latin 1's fine. But you can make it case sensitive in whole word if you wanted to. Okay. Actually, let me explain a little bit what whole word means. What this means, they would all have to be together. It couldn't be in the middle of another word. It means it had to have a space at the end, and I'll actually look at that more a little bit later. So there we go. We got our keyword called numbers with dashes. There's our search expression. We're using grep, ANSI 1, and pretty much nothing else. Okay. Up here, I can search entry slack. That means the space at the end of the file, but inside the sector. So we're going to search there. We can skip content unknown file types. What that means is, maybe I have a hard drive with Windows files on it, okay? So we know, Windows are certain file types. We want to skip those, okay? Because if a Windows is a known file, why am I going to search through that? I'm looking for other evidence. But you can turn that on and off just by selecting it, but it's not going to be a big deal. Undeleted entries means it's going to go search the hard drive first, undelete them, and then search them. And then initialize size, we're not even going to worry about it at this point, okay? So I'm going to say okay. So now we have our new search, okay? Now if I go in here, and go to results, get out of there, go back to home, I'm going to click on search. And okay, now you'll notice there's this little key here. What kind of sucks in this version of EnCase is you can't see the whole word. It's actually keyword hits. If I was to make this bigger by dragging this over, then you see it does say keywords. Okay, since we're actually I'll move it over because we're doing a keyword search. Now if I click on this, you'll see there's the search I wanted, and it's actually found 17 items. If you had looked, you would have actually seen it down here at the bottom. It would have said querying, but we did it kind of quick, and it's only one file, so it didn't take long. Now, to see the results, this is what I don't like. Okay, so if I select this file right here, so I got my PowerPoint selected, down here at the bottom we can see the results. And if I start going through, and there's a lot of junk in here, so we know that if I click on transcript view I can get rid of some of that. But the cool thing is if you go back to text and click compressed view, it actually shows you the keyword hits. Every line that has a keyword in it, it shows them to me. So there, what were we looking for? We were looking for 1449 to 1492. We could go through here and now find 1449, wherever the heck it is. It's on one of these lines. But now actually, if I was looking for that specific date, yeah, I probably would have hard-coded that specific date. But normally with grep, you're looking for just a bunch of numbers, like maybe a credit card number, a phone number, stuff like that. But this compressed view shows the results right there. So remember, if you're on fields, or actually on the strict text without compressed view, you see a bunch of junk in here. Okay, this is all part of PowerPoint. A lot hard to do, but if you click on the transcript view, it does get rid of a lot of that, so now it's a lot easier to see. It's all the text from the PowerPoint. But, and actually, oh, you can do compressed view there. No, you can't. I didn't think you could. Okay. But if you go back to text, then you have the compressed view option. It'll show you just the results with them in there. Okay. If you don't turn on compressed view, it'll show lines like these that have no results in them. If you're on compressed view, shows you just the results with the dates in them. So, alright, so what we did is we searched this PowerPoint using the keyword search, okay, and we searched for a specific date using a grep expression, okay, easy enough to do. Okay, now I'm going to show you the same thing in EnCase 6, okay. First thing I need to do is, I think EnCase 6 is a lot better, but it's okay. I need to pause this for a second to go get that file. Alright, I found my file. Now I'm going to bring up EnCase 6. EnCase 6 is an older version. And for this specific thing, I kind of like it better. You see, it's actually a little bit easier. So I'm going to say new. I'm going to call this one demo. And I'm going to put it on my H drive over here. And you see, this one's a little bit simpler to do. Okay. Okay, that's all fine. So I'm going to finish there. Now, what I can actually do is I can actually take my evidence, if I can get a hold of it, and drop it right into EnCase. In theory. There it is. Okay, it added it. So I went to that image file I made with EnCase 7. They're totally compatible. Now I have it. There it is. You'll see there's my file. I can get down here to Doc Viewer. I can still, oh, there it is. I can see the PowerPoint. Everything's pretty much the same between the two. Now, the differences. Okay, under Tools, no, it's under View. Sorry, View Keywords. Okay, so again, let me go back to where I was at. I'm in my case. Okay, I can go View Keywords. Again, I'm going to give you all a link to EnCase 6. You can use this one if you'd like. I'm going to delete that because I made it earlier, but I want to recreate it for you. Okay, so I'm in my keywords area. I can right click and say new right here. I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it numbers. This time I'm just going to do the 4 pound signs. Again, since we're in Unicode view, you don't see the grep expression. Now if I click grep, you'll see it actually puts in the pound signs. And again, I got that right here. Okay, so I have numbers now. Okay, now, alright, so I have my keyword made. Now under Tools, Search, I can go in here. It'll tell me, what do you want to search? You want to search everything? Fine, I'll search everything. There's only a couple keywords in there anyway, and it won't take long. So I'm going to click Start. Now you see down at the bottom it's searching. You can see all the items it's finding. It's going to find about 599 or, well, 562 maybe. Okay. So I did change it up a little bit this time I did it. Okay, so it's searching. There it goes. I found them. Okay. Now to see them, if you're going to View Search Results, you find search results. Alright, sorry, I couldn't find it for a second. But if you go back to Cases, you'll see the toolbar changes here. And under Search Hits, you'll see all the different things. Those are all the different things that we're searching for. And there's that numbers I was looking for. Now, you'll notice numbers. I love this view so much better. It's actually showing a big old table of all the results. It's a lot easier to look at than it was in EnCase 7. Now, one thing I want you to see in here is, let's start here somewhere. Okay, remember my search expression was 4 pound signs, so just a 4-digit number. Well, here it found a 4-digit number of 2222. Then it found 2222, but it was starting at the next number. Okay, see how it's finding every occurrence of 4 digits, even if it's inside other numbers. That's why it's so many times over. And if I actually span this, you'll see it goes down to kind of like a, I don't know, an angular format there. But like this one here, it found 4, 5, 6, 7, then 5, 6, 7, 8, then 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. Or 6, 7, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's kind of cool the way it does it. I just think this view is a lot better. And in here, let me shrink this down. You can actually see what the hit was on this column. You can see the file offset. What that means is where in the file was this thing. Okay. Now, if I actually click on disk, see that right there? This result of 1600 was actually located at that location on the physical disk. Okay. And there's also something called timeline. If I had multiple files on here, I could actually see the date and time this file was written. Okay. So this file was actually done in February 2012. Which is true because that's when I made this original file. And it was on the 5th. February 5th, 2012 is when this file was actually written. So it's kind of cool. So a little bit different view. Now, gallery will show you if there's pictures. Okay, we're not looking for pictures on this project. We're looking for numbers. Okay, now obviously, as if you've taken my classes before, you know I never really demo what you're really going to be doing. But I'm demoing how to search for numbers. You'll be doing kind of the same thing, just modified a little bit. You need a little bit better grep expression. Okay. So, EnCase 6, the results will look a little different. EnCase 7, okay, the results, I just, actually go back here to search. Okay, they're down here. Because they're down here at the bottom. Now, we can still find the offset. Like, if I highlighted this dude right here, this 1452, I can actually still see the file offset, okay, right here. It just doesn't give me the disk view, doesn't give me the timeline, so there's a lot of stuff. And Andrew was actually looking online today, and a lot of people are complaining because some of the functionality of 6 is missing from 7. So I'm showing it to you in both so you can pick which one you want to use. Some of the project we'll be doing with some mobile devices, and you have to do those in 7. So I'll let you decide which one you use, but that's basic how to add a piece of evidence and how to do a basic grep search. All right.